Hello and welcome to with me, Winter Android, to another video of Weekly Android, in which most of the anime I was actually watching for the season has ended this week. 5 of them at least. Actually, no, just 4, because one of them got delayed. But yeah, first of the bunch is Call the Night Season 2, which was another great season, in which this season mostly focused on Nasuna's and Uncle's backstories, which basically leads up to the big fight between the two of them at the end of the season, pretty much. And in those backstories, we basically learned that Nasuna was apparently actually born as a vampire, her mom being a vampire and dad was a human. So apparently that's a possible thing that can actually happen. Meanwhile, Cabra was basically turned by Nasuna's mother, and as who she entrusted Nasuna to after she died. So, Cabra is basically her adoptive mother, I guess, there, as a result of that. And when it comes to Anko's backstory, well, we got to learn why she's killing vampires and stuff, which is just due to the fact that her parents were killed by vampires. But before that actually happened, she actually had become friends with Nasuna herself. So that basically means, I guess, probably maybe 15, 20 years in the past in the story there is when that stuff happened. And all of that, of course, leading up to big fight with them fighting each other and all that. In which the entire thing was apparently just Anko trying to commit suicide by trying to get Nasuna to kill her, while also at the same time trying to prove the existence of vampires. So, yeah. Ko obviously managed to put an end to that, but though afterwards he did end up actually temporarily turning into a vampire, apparently, because he ended up getting shot accidentally after Anko's plan failed. But, yeah. I guess when it comes to the future of the story, I'm guessing Ganko is probably going to become part of the group now or something, with the next season basically focusing on them trying to find the vampire that killed her family, which I'm pretty sure was already introduced in this season. So, yeah. That's all I really got to mention for Call of the Night, I guess. So moving on to My Dress Up Darling Season 2, which was just more very wholesome romance, I guess, despite the lack of any actual progression in that department for the season, considering this season mostly focused entirely on the cosplays, which is normal, I guess, for the anime, which was basically split into 2 arcs, pretty much. The first one being a cross-dressing cosplay, and then the second one being group cosplay after introducing more characters. So, yeah. I think at this point, there's only actually enough content left in the story for 1 more season, I think, or possibly just a movie. So hopefully we'll get that in the next few years at the very least. But, yeah. Moving on to the next thing, which is a couple of Cuckoos Season 2. In which I gets introduced in this season and basically becomes the main plot device, actually moving things forward pretty much. And all the girls do actually make some level of progress in this season, I guess, but Attica obviously ends up taking the lead, with her being the main one. Considering final episode there had her and Nagi admit their feelings for each other. Yeah. But honestly, could be gone without the anime. It's just a bit too generic, I think. But moving on to next anime at this point, I guess, since I don't have anything else mentioned for it, is Shield Hero Season 4, which I think is slowly getting better, but it's still not that good. And this season basically entirely focused on them just dealing with the whole problem they have with Quentin Lowe, and also dealing with the problems in Sealdsveld along the way. So, yeah. Now, Fumi is officially the leader of Siltfeld, and Raftalia is the Emperor of Quatinlo. Not really sure how much that actually affects the story itself, but Season 5 has already been announced, of course, and it should finally get that whole fight against the Phoenix that they've been building up to for absolutely forever at this point. Yeah. That's all I got to mention there for that, so moving on to Reincarnated as the 7th Prince Season 2, in which still has no reason being as good as it is, and I'm honestly still wondering how the anime is so good. Genuinely, I don't know. But this season basically just had a single big bad enemy that needed to be defeated, which was the Pope. And yeah, of course, everything kind of goes same way as the first season did when it comes to stuff, I guess. Just being very lighthearted and just unserious at times, which makes it for good comedy as well, I guess. It's like at the beginning of the season, Lloyd was trying to learn holy magic and basically did it in the first episode, or possibly just the first 2 episodes. And I'm pretty sure that if this was any other anime, it would have taken longer than that for Lloyd to learn holy magic instead of just 1, possibly 2 episodes. Yeah. But honestly, considering how much I'm honestly enjoyed this anime, I really do hope that it gets more seasons. Considering we haven't had another season announcement for it yet, but I honestly hope it does get one. So that's all I really have to mention when it comes to anime this week, I guess. Besides the fact I also watched the Spy Family Code White movie. Don't really have anything to mention for it, though. So, yeah. Only other things to mention, I guess, is World of Warships bit there. I finished the Laffey Dockyard, considering I did spend 5,000 doubloons on that due to the whole 10-year anniversary stuff, making it easy to get those doubloons back. And also the fact that Laffey was my starter ship in Azure Lane, so yeah. Done like 2-3 battles, I think, in operations with her. Not that good, I think. Guns just not that good. Torpedoes, reloads just too long. It's just, yeah. Maybe better random battles or something, but whatever, I guess. But I think that's pretty much everything I really have to mention for this week. Pretty sure there are real things I could talk about, I just don't really feel like talking about them. So, yeah. I guess that's the end of this video here for this week, so I hope you all enjoyed it, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.